Alright, welcome back to The Strongest Job as Apparently Not a Hero or a Sage anime review, but Appraiser, anime review episode 6. Yeah, last week when I did this one, I recorded this off my phone due to my computer not working. It's kind of working a little better, but I'm getting a new one, so I'm not really worried about it. So, just waiting for a new laptop. So, let's discuss basically what Amelia's up to. By the way, the name of this episode is... I recommend using Summon Sacred Beast. Let's first focus on Amelia like we usually do. She is in one scene the whole episode. There's no cut back to her like was in the previous episode. Oh no, this is basically this. Amelia's in the bath. Of course, completely naked. Has the room basically vined up because her chief maid is obsessed with her chest. And then after she gets to the bath, puts her clothes back on, she finds, that the dress waiting for her is like, I know this is leading. So, there's no part I'm like, yes, there is, with the royal family. And it's not going to go very well for her. Well, not for her, basically her family. Yeah. This is me. This is something where, I know the result of this, and she's like, yeah, I don't want this. So, I just want to go back to my friend. That's pretty much basically what goes on here. Yeah, that's literally what this episode is. That scene is. It's just a couple minutes, and the whole rest of the episode focuses on Hibiki, where Hibiki, of course, basically, we see him with Lillian, Vine, and Claude. We're first doing some training, of course, and then the Guildmaster shows up to basically inspire more training, possibly muscles, skill, and there's a flashback last episode where possibly as Claude by his life before met him, which he does ask him later on, and it goes well for a while, and then he gets exhausted. And then, of course, Cloud and Anarchy just argue back and forth about muscle skill. And then but first Tanya shows up to encourage Lillian, which apparently Lillian is having a bit of a rough patch with Haruku, which it's later shown the fact she does love him. Yeah. She probably thinks that he is close to her age, despite the fact he is not exactly, he's only 16, despite the fact looking like a child. She's probably like 12, 13-ish per se. Hibiki only sees her as sort of like a little sister figure. This is like, yes, he is basically her master, but he only sees her, he doesn't treat them like slaves. No. He sees Lillian as a little sister, needs to be protected, and Cloud is sort of like a big brother and a close friend. That's pretty much what it is. And then Joe shows up, frees Cloud and Anarchy, and then Cloud and Hibiki go to the bath, and in the next story bath, we just have Jewel, Tanya, and Lillian is not there for some reason. Not really sure why. Excuse me. I would think basically because she's a girl. And then we have where Cloud explains a little bit of his backstory, where he was actually living in the Beast Kingdom capital until it was destroyed. And then, of course, it's very painful for him, of course, to do more training. And then they run into Eva, the woman who separated from Amelia just this last episode. Well, apparently she's like, she ran for these silver wolves, and apparently her world map is not exactly working. I can't take anything. There's Eva, and then was one wolf, and then there's more. You're like, what in the world's going on? Apparently, Eva wants to kill him for some reason. It's not really explained exactly in the episode why. Then, of course, he gets injured defending himself. Of course, previously he practiced with bow and arrow, and Cloud does his best. And then him and Lillian basically take off the cave. Lillian takes him after he's injured, does heal him a little bit. And of course, he does great heal, which allows him to get up, but has a little damage. He does he gets his hands on the staff, which works for a bit. And then, of course, and then all of a sudden the stuff was locked up for him just back in episode 2 is all unlocked because the god who gave him all these blessings, has been unlocked from wherever he was by the God of Magic. Which I think this was the same guy who imprisoned him back in episode 2. Why he released him? Don't know. And then he gets his boost back. And then he unlocks a new ability. Spirit Archery, which is the same skill that Amelia knows, and proceeds to eliminate all of the wolves. And then they save Cloud, and that's the episode. Overall, really good. Can't wait for the next episode to air next week. Okay, so that's pretty much that particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up is the Adolescence of Bookworm. Okay, thanks you. Bye.